News, video on demand.
Smoking, it's dirty, it's bad for you, it's expensive and it's incredibly addictive, which is why there are so many different ways to quit. Helplines, books, patches, cold turkey. Some work better than others, all require incredible resolve. 30-year-old Aucklander James Herman has tried them all. They haven't worked. He's still smoking. He's had a gutsful. So now he's come up with his own way of kicking the habit, which involves you. Tony Reid explains.
It's not a very attractive way to start a story. First ciggy of the day.
First ciggy of the day.
It's not a very good look, and if you think that's gross, listen to this. Can you imagine how many cigarettes you've lit?
It'll be about 50,000 probably, 50,000 cigarettes, which is an enormous amount.
Which makes this cigarette number 50,001, because...
Yeah, I suppose it's just the feeling, I suppose. It's the feeling of sucking smoke in, and it gives you a bit of a head rush and, you know, and sets you on your way. And as foolish as it is, or as it sounds to kind of say that, you know, I guess that is the reason.
Well, was the reason. You see, things have changed for James Herman. He's not 18 anymore, he's 30, married to Annabelle, and they're expecting their first child at the end of July. So the smoking has to go. He's giving up in the most public and potentially expensive kind of way.
Hey, my name's James Herman. I'm from Auckland, New Zealand, and I'm selling my smoking habit on the internet.
And on Monday the 31st of March 2008, I'll sell my right to smoke to the highest bidder. That person will receive a contract with me in which I agree to pay them $1,000 per cigarette that I smoke after the signing of the contract until I die.
$1,000 per cigarette until he dies. The contract is watertight. It's been written up by James's lawyer, who suggested a few changes, but James said no.
He said, you know, you're probably going to find you will at some point want to have a cigarette again, and aren't you being a bit foolish, sort of, extending this contract until you die? And my view of it was that because it's not a stunt, because it is genuinely a way of quitting smoking, that I wanted to, I wanted to really commit to it.
What did your wife think?
I think she thinks the idea is a bit kooky.
James reckons his idea to sell his smoking habit on the net could be a world first.
Hey guys.
It's no coincidence he came up with it. He's an advertising executive at Colenso, one of the biggest agencies in the country. The pressures of the job invariably see him reaching into his top drawer and taking a ciggy break with his mates. All that's about to change.
It is about gossip, and of course that's kind of where all the fun happens too. I think there is a belief amongst smokers that they're sort of the rebels still, and yeah, it means that it's a lot of fun, a lot of gossip.
And when James gives up smoking, is he an outcast?
Yeah, I don't know if he's an outcast, but he might be a bit boring.
Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter.
So as James prepares for fatherhood with a bit of reading out loud practice, he's also preparing to farewell an old companion.
You know, after you've had your first coffee of the day, or after you've had a big meal, or there are little points like that where for some reason it feels especially nice to smoke a cigarette. So I think those are the points that, those are the times I'll miss them the most.
D-Day for James is the end of the month. The but stops there. But how can the holder of this contract be sure that James isn't going to sneak a cheeky fag?
I suppose they could stalk me. I think there are laws against that, so maybe they can't. But it does rely pretty heavily on me keeping up my contract with myself.
But just in case, we'll be keeping a close eye on James's progress too.
Okay, New Zealand, you've got 19 days to buy my smoking habit, so get online and get into it.